back to Athletes Incorporated. This is IBtv USA, or you can catch us on the Roku. This is Harold Johnson again with my co-host Trey Johnson. We're here for our second segment, guys. Today we're going to talk about the NBA basketball and a little bit about college basketball. That's the season. Things are really ramping up and getting pretty exciting. They're going to have a new format this year with the NBA All-Star. They're going to have captains of the team, and between the captains and the coaches, they're going to help after the fans pick the starters. Then they're going to have like a pool that they've copied off of what they do now with the NFL and what they do with the NHL, and pick people from that. So that should be different and just a little bit exciting. Well, Trey, with right now, who do you think the number one team to you in the NBA is?
Number one team is hands down the Golden State Warriors. They're rolling. They've got the chemistry. I mean, they've got the in my opinion, I think Kevin Durant is the best player in the world now. I think he can do everything, and they're going to be hard to beat again, So they're the best team. Second best team is obviously the Cleveland Cavaliers, but, they're getting a lot older. LeBron James has been to a lot of postseasons, and they're really missing Kyrie right now. You can really tell that they're missing Kyrie.
Well, I'm in disagreement, folks. LeBron James is still the best basketball player on the planet. You can take Kevin Durant's great, beautiful ball player, but I can't. He's not unseated the King James, not yet. What they're running into is what LeBron seems to thrive on, this bit of drama, where they're always in the mid-season talking about that he's got too much mileage on him, he's not got enough help. But if you look at just the possibility, Rose came back. He had said that he was thinking about retiring, but he came back and played well. Isaiah Thomas is now healthy, and he's coming back, and he's just getting a feel and playing in the rotation. I think Dwayne Wade is really comfortable coming off the bench. There's no ego problem with that. If they can keep from really having trouble with each other as they did, was that a week ago, where the coach and LeBron were kind of
it was about a half a week ago, folks, where LeBron James got into it with the coach, and that's something that you just can't do, especially at this point of the season. Nothing matters so much yet, so I think that they're going to figure it out. Cleveland always does. LeBron James is the second best player in the world right now.
And don't forget Tristan Thomas. Is that Tristan?
Tristan Thompson. Yep.
Tristan Thompson is coming back. So it's going to be formidable. It's going to be a great. I would be shocked if it doesn't end up the Golden State Warriors again playing Cleveland Cavaliers and LeBron James. But we do have some other great teams. A lot of people think that in the East that the Celtics are going to be able to challenge Cleveland. I think that just what Kyrie Irving brings to the team, that energy that he's brought to him, is really, really something. They got some great young players that are really starting to play well and become professionals. It's going to be something. You have,
Washington Wizards. That's my sleeper. I love the Washington Wizards, what they're doing right now. The two guards, Bradley Beal and I forget his name off the top of my head. I'm going to have to Google him, but there's Bradley Beal and there's another guard. They're playing amazing right now.
Oh, you're talking about the greatest one on the team?
Yeah.
Oh, he's
John Wall. So they're my
player.
sleeper. They're my sleeper in the East. I think they can, in a 7-game series, they can go ahead and get after what Cleveland wants to do. So.
Now on the West behind Golden State, who do you think?
I like the Rockets. I really like the Rockets.
Yes.
I like James Harden. I like what Chris Paul brings to the team. Right. He brings some of that just on the court generalship. I like the Rockets. I think the Rockets look good.
Now, I think the Rockets look good, man. They actually do have a chance. But we got to remember, everywhere that Chris Paul goes, he kind of wears on you pretty quick.
Yeah.
He pushes around and doesn't, from what I've always heard, doesn't have a lot of praise for you when you do great things, but he will let you know when you do bad things, which there's the pro and the con on that. He's not a person that's going to not hold you accountable.
Right. And
someone on the team, besides the coach, has to hold you accountable for what you want to do. We have these great young players coming in. I felt like, and I told Trey, that Lonzo Ball wasn't going to do very much this year. And still we have the thing with his father being the this big cloud over everything. Just last week, the Lakers had said one of the people in the front office, didn't want to, of course, be known, but that they are right now disappointed that he hasn't told his father, Dad, you have to back off and let me do this. He's hurt already. I don't believe that was a real great pick at that spot for the Lakers, simply because of not of all the drama. Drama would be all right if it was positive drama, but the negative drama that they have coming into the team with him, and he's not playing that great. He has to work on a shot. He certainly cannot get his own shot right now, and now he's hurt. So the hope that we would have that big West Coast rivalry with the Lakers again playing against Golden State, that's not going to happen. Not this
but I think
year,
the Thunder.
anyway.
I think the Thunder is starting to turn the corner.
Yes.
Nobody's talking about the Thunder right now, but Russ Westbrook, Paul George, they're really starting to really push it up. And I think if Golden State's not careful in a 7-game series, the Thunder could get them.
And of course, he says this, and when the couple games that I've watched just here the last 2 weeks, I believe Carmelo Anthony is comfortable in his role now.
Yeah.
At first, I think he was trying to find his way and really couldn't understand what the role was or how he was going to do it. But now he's comfortable in the role. I think he actually feels that now I don't have all this pressure on my back. Let Russell run the show.
Right.
Let the pressure be on him. Let George come in and he be the second person that people, and I can just come in and clean up and help with other things on the squad. And of course, now what he's trying to do is use and do the same thing he did with the Olympic team. He's the elder, and he can come in and try to settle everybody down and keep everybody playing hard. And really what he's saying too, trying to teach the young guys how to be a professional.
Yeah.
Because some of them really don't understand how to be professionals.
I think it really comes down to, and you told me this a long time ago and always stuck with me, is as a coach, you never ask a player to do things that they can't do. And
right.
I think over Carmelo Anthony's career, he was tricked, and coaches were tricked into thinking that he was the main event and that he was the one that was going to bring them to the promised land, just like in Syracuse. And that's not Melo's game. Melo's game is scoring. He's a role player. He's an amazing role player. And I think we're starting to see Melo really blossom in a role player role. So,
and that's why those 4 teams that we talked about that could possibly be the 2 best on the West and the 2 best on the East side, those people understand their roles.
Right.
And are comfortable in their roles and are not trying to overdo.
Right.
They're not trying to make something happen that's not going to happen. And which now we'll be at the All-Star break here in a couple weeks, and we'll be ready for that.
By the way, guys, I didn't mention it, but the Eastern Conference captain is going to be LeBron James for the All-Star game. Steph Curry is going to be the Western Conference captain. But let's talk about who's your midseason MVP. Who's the best player thus far in the NBA to you?
I'm gonna tell you, man, from what you've seen, it'd be hard, man. If we're just picking just one.
Just give me 3. Give me 3. I think 3. Just give me 3.
Of course, LeBron's always gonna be right there,
Okay.
and Steph is gonna be there. But James Harden is playing great, and Russell Westbrook. I mean, what can you say?
It's a triple-double machine. That's what you can say.
Those 4 people.
Yeah.
But Kyrie Irving has put the team on. It'd be hard to pick one at this point. There's just so many people who are playing so good right now, and now we'll really start to ramp up.
Yeah.
That's why it's for that MVP in the NBA. You really need the whole season.
I'll give you one that nobody talks about, guys, and he's a sleeper, and he's one of my favorite players. And we actually saw him on Friday night, Devin Booker.
Oh, wow.
Folks, if you ever get a chance to watch the Phoenix Suns, Devin Booker is one of the upcoming players, and he's worth every penny if you go to a game. So if you're wherever you're at,
he has one of the most beautiful strokes that you've ever seen. He almost can score whenever he wants to, and that's it. So folks, that's what we're thinking about the NBA right now. Thanks for being here, and we're going to get ready to go to our 3rd segment. That's just going to be we're just going to be open talk on that one and talk about a bunch of the different sports and things that are going on. Thanks a lot. We'll see you in a minute.